Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another interesting video possibly. This is two clusters for Eurovan. One was the original and not repairable, which I made a first video. This is for Jordan in California, Jordan Peana in California. He sent his cluster and it was, corroded, needles destroyed, motors were not even installed properly, missing screws and so on. So he found one online and then he sent it over for test and repair, also to transfer the mileage. The cluster did actually light up, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So let me just move you over to, well, the views first. You can see this is the donor, which has some scratches in here. That is a used one. This comes with this on it still. And this is the original one, which is still all apart from me, right? I'm not going even to put it together because it's not really worth it. But let me take you over to the first video. I'm going to show you at least a little bit. Let me put this into full screen. You get to see better. So yes, you can see the needles on the left side completely out of location. This I proved in there that at least the mileage is 137,190, and I'm going to transfer that mileage over to this other cluster, and that is also what is in here, so he can keep the original mileage on the vehicle, right? Which is very important. But we're going to perform a test, and I opened this other cluster, and if you want, I'm going to put the link the link for this video that you're watching right now onto the description of this one. Hopefully I said it right. So yeah, I'm going to put that video link onto the description of this video. Like that you can watch it if you're interested and see how that one was inside and what I found, because it was corrosion and broken motors. A whole destruction. I didn't recommend to spend any more money on it. And he agreed, so he found this one. All right, so I got everything connected but not powered up. So I'm going to power up the cluster. And the signal is in minimum. Perfect. So let me just power up in here. So, well, that is at least a good sign. Let me put you in my screen because I cannot see what you guys, well, I can see it from the small screen, but not from this one, which is better. So we got 150, what is it? 151,472. Let me power it completely. And we can see RPM, so that's a good sign. The brindle is lighting up. Let me put the speedometer, which should be in 10 miles an hour, and it's working. And then I'm going to put fuel and temperature. Yep, it is reading good. I'm going to increase the temperature and the fuel. The light for the oil, for the temperature should light up. It is good that we can see the temperature rising up. I'm going to now come down to normal temperature and then get the needles down. Okay, yeah, that looks like it is fully functional. I told him even if this is a good cluster, which it looks like it is a good cluster, right? So I don't see anything abnormal. All the needles are working good. I'm going to increase the speed. Wait for me to, because I spin this and it hasn't changed from 14 to 26, so almost nothing. Okay, now I'm going up. Finally it's reading. And we can see a nice and smooth needle movement, which is great. That is great. That is good. And now I'm coming down. And there is a spot in between the 32 to the 14 hertz where it doesn't even move. I'm moving right now and it's not moving. Like finally it's now coming down to like 14, almost right there. So we should be in 10 miles, and it's reading good. So yeah, this is a good cluster, and I'm going to remove the RPM so you can see that indeed I'm supplying a signal for it. So you guys in Jordan can see that. So the cluster itself is good. And we got the oil light coming on, which is the way it's supposed to. I'm going to put that back in there. Yeah, perfect. So everything is actually working good. But like I told him, I'm going to power off because we don't know how this cluster is. It's a good working cluster, but I tell him, it's like, even if I checked it here today and it tested as good, it's a 1997, right? So we're talking about 30 years almost of life. So yes, voltage regulator capacitors are about to explode. If you see one of the latest videos that I did for a Eurovan, uh, a one time, a one owner on the vehicle with low mileage and everything, but exploded the capacitors and burned the cluster to no repair. And now he's left in hanging. He cannot find one, and I have not been able to find one. I think that Jordan got the last one that was available, at least for now, until somebody else shows up. But I have not been able to find one for that customer. And like what I tell Jordan is like, these are old. So if you don't repair now, it might connect it into the car in a week, in 2 days, in 1 year, or never. You don't know, right? Because that's just a guesstimate. But it could be even the same day. One of those capacitors leaks, explode, and boom, garbage. And now he has no cluster. And these are very hard to find. So please, if you have one of these vehicles and you want to maintain that cluster, which is very important to have, send it over for repairs. You are in the best hands, Mike's in the best hands. My company, Mike Salazar Diagnostics, is very transparent. You can see your cluster open, the repairs being done. I send you pictures. I keep you up to date, contact information. I try to stay, on top of everything as much as I can. And no other company gives this service because Jordan can go and see that first video. And I'm going to send a cluster to him because he's like, what should I do with that one? I'm like, do you want to keep it for parts or not? Like, no, not really. It has absolutely no value for me. And I'd rather him try to sell it on eBay or something because I don't want to leave in the back of his head like he kept it. Maybe he kept it because it was good, and now he's selling it to somebody else because that will come eventually into your mind. I don't leave that into nobody's mind. I'd rather give it to him back, and then if I ever need it and he still have it, I can call Jordan. So you still got that cluster for parts? Yeah, I need maybe the casing or something. Do you want to sell it for something? Then maybe, but I don't want to keep it. You know what I mean? Because it's better, it's more transparent, and that's what I want to show and give to my customer. Trust. 100% you can trust me. I am an honest person. All right, so let me open this cluster up and let's see what we find. All right, I'm gonna open it with you guys. So let's remove these two screws. Gonna cut that off. No matter what, it's not really necessary for us. That was for whoever sold it. 1 second, guys. I got a customer. All right, yeah, that was a customer from Georgia, from a body shop. I don't like to do this too much on a video because always, for some reason, doing it on a video takes a little longer than normally. Probably because you try to be a little more careful, right? Show very professional on the screen. All right, we can put that in there. Let me remove the needles, guys. Well, actually, it is the same thing. And now, this one came apart, but it's okay. No matter what, we're putting brand new motor. This one came apart. That all these three came apart, which is very common. This one came out surprisingly normal or good. This one is grabbing in there a little bit. Let me take this plastic thing. My doggy loves to bark. Give me 1 second to shut him down. Well, looks like he come. Okay. Okay, finally got him up. Yeah, they come apart. They're very firm, especially when they're original. And this is very normal. That is, I mean, not an uncommon situation to happen. Either way, like I said, I'm about to get the all the motors out and replace them. My main goal is to see how this looks inside. It looks all original. You can see something in there, right? Sometimes a little hard to work and show. I have my camera on the left side, so but yeah, this looks pretty clean. Definitely is original. Nothing has been done into this cluster, but no tabs are broken. Everything looks really, really good. This board has some plastic tabs in here to keep it, secure. And they are still all original. It's nice to see that, some people, well, some clusters are still lucky. Finish release. This one's giving me a little bit of a fight. Okay, fine. Fine, I got it now. And we got the board out. Very nice and clean. All right, guys. Yep, everything in Jordan, as you can see here. Let me get a zoom closer. This is how a good board should look. This has absolutely no issues, no corrosion on the back. Everything is good. Those are, the little wheels from those motors. Again, no matter what, I'm replacing them. But everything looks pretty good. One more time so you guys can see. Yep, pretty nice. I'm going to replace all capacitors, diodes, voltage regulator, all the motors, and then get back to you guys with the test of resetting the needles and doing the calibration. And I have to transfer the mileage, right? Then you will see the mileage, the original mileage on this one when I come back. Okay, give me 1 second and I'll be right back. All right, repair is done. Let me just show you how that looks. So this has brand new bulbs, all separate motors, all diodes, capacitors, voltage regulator, and some other little circuits, plus resoldering the board, which is very important, so I can give a warranty, and I know that this is going to last for a very long time. This was definitely your best decision, Jonathan, or it's Jordan. Jordan. All right, so let me power this up. Yeah, power is ready. I want to show now that we have 137, 190. Those are the original mileage from the vehicle. Let me remove the RPM so we can see that in zero. All right, going to start with the RPM moving. I mean, even though it was working, all now needles are in zero. We can see that very good as well. I still got to pull the cover. So I'm going to change the glass from the donor from your original. Like that is better because this one doesn't have the scratch that the other one has. And I'm going to clean everything really good. It's going to look like brand new. All right, let me inject the speed. 10 miles an hour. Perfect. So that is already telling me that the needle is good. And then let's change now temperature and fuel. Make sure to go up. You can see this one moving. Let me check that one because that's exactly what we're here for. Let me see if I pressed that one too much. 1 second, guys. I was indeed the cover heating in there and wasn't stopping the motor, but it's done. All right, let me redo the test. So power up. All right, we got the RPM. Let me put the speed. All right, let me change the temperature now to temperature and fuel gauge. Now we see all moving perfectly. I'm going to raise the temperature as I did before to make sure that that light blinks. And it does. We should wait for that temperature to raise. And it's doing it perfectly. I'm going to go back to normal temperature that I use for here. And then switch those off. Make sure they come back to 0. Perfect. Yep. All right, so everything is working good. Once again, I'm going to power this off and then remove the RPMs. A lot of spam phone calls all the time. But yeah, all right, Jordan. Hopefully you see, I cleaned it. You can see now that looks like a brand new instrument cluster. I'm going to protect it very well with bubble wrap and everything, and then send both clusters to you. He already paid for everything. I'm just waiting for actually the labels, but he said he's going to send, probably they're already on my email, but at least you can see now that your cluster is going to look like brand new. Everything is already taken care. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. This is just not a full repair because I don't really show usually repairs, which I have in the past. On these ones, you can see a lot of that disassemble pictures and everything, but I don't want to repeat every single time. The reason of the videos is so to show you what could happen in case a repair is not done or when it's not done properly. I also want to show you that I can transfer the original mileage. I don't do nothing else than that. I stick with what is original and transfer to this one. I don't erase less, more, nothing like that. And only I do is transfer from the original to one now is the donor, like that the vehicle will still hold the regular mileage when you are driving your car. All right, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.